As you know, I'm something of a Misty. And I believe it was yesterday, the box set for Mystery Science Theater 3000 Volume 16 came out. And look how cool this is. Because of the success with the Crow figurine, they released this one just in time for Christmas with the Tom Servo figurine. And I'm just going to open this up. Although I'm just doing this for the video, I've already watched all these. But here we go. Much easier to pull out than the 20th anniversary. That was a bit of a troublesome mess there. And plus Servo. And there's some really good detail on him. You know, pretty good with this, I think. Let me take a look here. And let's see. The dome is really nicely done, I thought. And his little, you know, unmovable arms and his hover skirt. Let's see. Ooh. And I'll just put him next to Big Servo. What came with this episode, you may ask? Oh, let's take a look. This time around, it's Season 1 episode, a very, very mundane, kind of boring, ordinary thriller starring Bela Lugosi called The Corpse Vanishes. And, okay, Warrior of the Lost World. Santa Claus, the great Santa Claus episode. And Night of the Blood Beast. Also, they came with little mini posters featuring the covers to the artwork, also by Steve Vance, doing his best to kind of copy the old school showcase cards or something like that they do. Very, very nice. And the episodes are terrific. Let's see, I was very excited about getting Night of the Blood Beast because I have it on 2 different tapes, and I wasn't able to get home in time for both times I was able to try and tape it. So I missed the short that opened the episode Once Upon a Honeymoon. And what's cool is, see, there's 2 versions of this episode. They did a Turkey Day Thanksgiving episode, and they also, I guess they felt like if they were going to just air it any time during the year, they'd do a standard version of the episode, which, to be honest, isn't as funny. They put a little more writing effort into the Turkey Day version. And this has both versions. You can choose for yourself which one you want to watch. This, by the way, is the Season 7 premiere, and what's cool about this one is the various characters have been invited to Dr. Forrester's laboratory for a Thanksgiving feast. They were invited by Frank before he died, so Forrest had no idea they were coming. And meanwhile, he was waiting for his mother, Pearl, to show up, and she decides to stay with him for the time being. Really good episode. And also, another thing cool is they have the Turkey Day intros. All day they would, like, sort of build up the story with all these new characters coming in. Mr. B and Pitch the Devil and Jack Perkins showing up, played by all the various actors. Very, very funny. And also the Night of the Blood Beast trailer. This is an old Roger Corman film, and it's just... And, let's see, the Santa Claus has an amazing list of extras. This is the film, this is a 1959 Mexican kids movie where Santa Claus fights Satan. I'll repeat that. Santa Claus fights Satan, although he fights one of his minions, a devil named Pitch, who is goofy and creepy at the same time. It's a weird mix. And the film is goofy and creepy. It has to be seen to believe. It's one of the strangest films I have ever seen. Forget just being a Christmas movie. It is weird. And there's some great features on this. Santa Claus Conquers the Devil, a 50-year retrospective. A great little and informative documentary on the film. We've got some interviews with some very interesting people. including a couple of cast members from Mst3k. The original Santa Claus trailer, they were able to uncover a radio spot, stills from the film, and a trailer for another documentary that is going to come out on DVD, The Wonder World of K. Gordon Murray in Color Scope, which has me interested. I may want to rent that. This is the reason to buy this box set. Great stuff. And also the riffs are hilarious on that. Warrior of the Lost World from David Worth. A kind of basic end-of-the-world, post-apocalyptic, blah blah blah, Mad Max kind of movie. It stars Robert Ginty, who was in The Paper Chase, Persis Kambata from the Star Trek motion picture with hair, and Donald Pleasance, all picking up paychecks. Also Fred Williamson too, also picking out a paycheck for it. There's a great interview with David Worth, and he has a great attitude about the film being on Mystery Science Theater, and he has a lot of interesting stories about making the film. And what's funny is, Joel and the Bots ripped the shit out of this film, and ripped the shit out of him, and he's completely cool with it. Very cool guy. I hand it to you, Mr. Worth. You're not a bad dude. You have my respect. And by the way, I think David Worth is also the director of Shark Attack 3, so he's continuing the quality. And let's see, love this one too. Also, I mentioned the Corpse. Did I already talk about the Corpse Vanishes? Oh, okay. The Corpse Vanishes, which is a Season 1 episode, and it's not as good as the others. The riffs aren't as funny, although they are quite good here and there. And the movie is very dull. It's not one of Bela Lugosi's best films. It's not one of his worst films either. It's kind of in the middle. Very typical horror movie stuff and very 30s dorky crap stuff. Not the best, but definitely worth checking out. And I love the Shout Factory work. They've been putting a lot of love into these episodes. My only beef is still they don't do chapter scene breaks or something like that, where you can skip and find specific parts. I don't know why they're not doing that. But that's only a small little complaint. Also, I have a little bit of news for the next box set, which is box set 17. And I found this on the Mst3k Info Club website. And next is in March, and it has episode 1, the first episode, Crawling Eye, Beatniks, The Final Sacrifice, which is the best Canadian action movie fighting cult guys film ever, and Blood Waters of Dr. Z, which I'm personally most excited about. It's a very cheesy 70s film that tries to freak you out, but it's not very good. It's about a scientist who wants to conquer the world. Actually, no, he says conquer the universe. He wants to conquer the universe by turning himself into a catfish monster. Yeah, you gotta see that. That's coming out in March. Anyway, the Mst3k box set 16, is magnificent. You have to get this if you're Misty. That's all there is to it. And if you're curious about the series, this is also a good way to start. 5 RAM chips. Anyway, push the button, Lindsay.